what about this? Do men worry more about their hair than women? I can't believe I've never made a video about this. We've never talked about this, but we need to. I say hands down, absolutely, men care more about their hair than women. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. Perhaps women spend more time physically fixing their hair. Maybe they spend more money getting their hair prepared. And maybe it is a bigger deal in those ways. But as far as women worrying about their hair, no, I think that's a guy thing. I think it's guys that worry about their hair. Because women aren't worried about losing their hair to the point that men are. Some women do experience hair loss, and I'm not here to pretend that doesn't exist. But for the most part, if we're comparing most men and most women, hair is a big part of their identity. But as it relates to men are more worried about their hair, right? Because, like I keep saying, I just heard on the radio, and I don't have a problem believing this, that 2/3 of men by the age of 30 begin experiencing hair loss. So it's so normal of a thing for men to lose their hair. So we start asking ourselves in our early 20s, oh no, is it gonna be me? And so many men have a Norwood too in their early 20s like I did. And oh no, I've got Norwood 2 and I'm only 20, I'm only 21. I guess I'm gonna be bald by the time I'm 30. Now, by the way, I'll turn 37 in a few days. April 20th will be my birthday. I'm filming this before that. I don't know when this will actually, when you'll see it. But as a guy who's approaching my late 30s, I mean, you can see my hairline. I still have that much hair, you know, despite having Norwood 2 at age 21. But see, that goes back to the fact that men are worried about their hair all the time. And even if a guy's 55 years old and still hasn't lost his hair, what if he loses his hair when he's 60 and he's still got 25, 27, 30, however many years left of his life, and now he has to live the rest of his life without hair, having gone his whole life with it? Will that be an attack on his identity? So that's the thing. As a man, you can always lose your hair at any point. You don't know when. I worked with a girl she said her dad had a full head of hair his whole life, and then on his 40th birthday, it just started falling out, and he's so thin up here that he basically just doesn't really have hair. It's a diffuse thinning bomb just hit him all of a sudden. I think men worry more about their hair than women. It's just in a different way. Women are more focused on making sure they got their highlights and their lowlights, and they're keeping it fresh and cool and all that stuff. And men are so worried about just keeping their hair and managing their hair in a way that doesn't show how their hairline's changed compared to 10 years ago or whatever it is. And they live in that anxiety. Not all men, but many men do. Enough so that I could have a whole YouTube channel about it. Enough so that people would come to me on a daily basis to get those positive reminders that our identity as men is not about our hair. And our level of attractiveness is not actually really based on us having hair. Maybe in some superficial way that has something to do with it. But in real life, away from Hollywood, that's not how people actually judge men in reality. But insecure people think that it is. Insecure men are going to let hair loss bother them. And secure men, whether they have hair or not, are going to be secure. That's what this channel is all about, is about the psychology of it. So I tell you that men do worry about hair more so than women. That's what I say. Even if they spend less money and spend less time fixing their hair and less time talking about their hair, I think in general men care more about their hair because they've got more to lose. But I could be wrong. What do you think? In the comments.